Welcome, friends. Welcome into my kitchen. It's Amy Silver here. Welcome to week one of our lockdown. I hope everyone's doing okay. Today here in Nova Scotia was the first day, at least in the HRM, for virtual learning. I hope that your children did well and that you did well, and that you have plenty of things to celebrate at the end of the day. Tonight we are making you may have noticed actually from my meal plan this time around, I'm following along with our What's for Dinner collection. I'm using April's 30-day meal plan. And so I'm picking and choosing the meals that I think my family will enjoy. So tonight we are making a ground beef pita pizza. So in my wok right now heating, I've got my ground beef. That's all that's in there so far. We're gonna jump right in and I'm gonna take you through it as I make it. But I would love to know in the comments below if you need some help with meal plans for this absolutely fun lockdown we find ourselves in. I find that at least having the meals planned out in advance, it takes that extra layer of stress off. So I'm using our ground meat separator just to separate the ground beef so that I don't have great big chunks as it browns. And then to this, I am going to add 2 tablespoons of water. I am going to add a tablespoon of our Greek seasoning. So I'm going to use that fabulous 4-in-1 spice spoon. So 1 tablespoon is the largest, well leveled off. And I'm also going to add a tablespoon of tomato paste. Yeah, let's get that in there. And I'm just going to use my flipper to mix that all in as we cook the ground beef. And while that's cooking, we are going to make the rest of the toppings and prepare to assemble our ground beef pita pizzas. So very Greek themed tonight, but you could make this meal, you could make it vegetarian. You could easily adapt it for vegan. You could just use chickpeas or lentils. You could make this with ground pork or ground chicken if you wanted to keep it with a meat-based protein, or of course, any of your favorite plant-based proteins would work in this instance. So I'm just gonna let that cook. And what I have here to start, I'm just putting 4, I've got naan breads because those are my kids' favorite. I've got 4 naan breads in the round steamer. If you've been looking to get your hands on this, May is the month for you because it is on as a host special. So that's coming up. You don't want to miss out. May is going to be fabulous because it's got the brand new summer catalog. And it's got not 1, but 2 host specials coming in May. So just gonna pop this in the microwave for about 45 seconds so that it'll warm up our pitas. You could be doing your ground beef or your meat or warming up your plant-based protein as well in the steamer in the microwave. You don't have to do it on the stovetop, but I also like to showcase our fabulous wok, which is currently stuck on a ship somewhere, a delivery ship coming to us from the factory. So it's on its way. We are restocking, and they are fabulous when you get your hands on it. So to top our pita pizzas, we're going to be taking half a cup of plain Greek yogurt, and to this I am adding, flipping around my 4-in-1 spice spoon, and I'm adding a teaspoon of the Greek seasoning. We're going to give that all a stir with our handy little spatula. And then we are ready for toppers. And so this could be, you could keep it whatever way you want. You could keep it with the Greek theme. I'm going a little bit Greek tonight. So I've got cucumber and tomato that I'm gonna get diced up here. I've got my beautiful Chef Pro knife, which just cuts through anything so very easily. This ceramic blade, if you haven't tried one out, oh, get your hands on one because they are perfect for all your softer fruits and veggies. Cut through tomatoes like nobody's business. And it's my absolute favorite thing to use when I've defrosted some chicken. And it's not quite all the way through. It's still got a little bit of firmness to it and shape to it. And this makes the absolute most precise chicken cubes. So we've got some cucumbers all diced up. I'm gonna do a tomato. Look at this, look how quickly this just goes through tomato. Perfect. You don't need to worry about fussing around finding a serrated blade. It works very well, very sharp. Through your tomato, cuts through it like a hot knife, going through butter. You could use olives if you wanted. I've got a little bit of feta cheese left. I've got some red onion I'm gonna cut up here as well. Meat is browning nicely. It smells good too. It's got a lot of the aroma of the garlic and the peppers. And Greek food, I always love adding a bit of fresh mint if I have it on hand with any of my Greek dishes. It just makes the flavors pop. When you've assembled your pita pizza, you can also give it a fresh squeeze of either lemon or lime juice as well. Get some onion diced up. Now my kids do not like cooked vegetables, so this should be a hit for them tonight. And my youngest will just eat red onion as a snack. So I may end up cutting up most of this onion just for him to eat on the side of his plate. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure what to think about tonight's supper for the kids. I think I'm gonna love it. I think they would love it if they gave it a chance. But they are a little bit fussy when it comes to sauces. So I'm not sure how the yogurt-based sauce is gonna go, but it's gonna be delicious and we're gonna try it out. I'm just waiting for our ground beef to finish up. I'm gonna grab our pitas or our naan breads from the microwave. They are very nice and warm. Very tasty, warm indeed. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this right here on my board. Let's see if you can see me here. So what we're going to do is we're going to spread on about 1 to 2 tablespoons of the yogurt sauce, depending on just how big of a naan or a pita bread you are using. I also have some gluten-free wraps that I'm going to use for myself. Put on some tomato, and this on its own without the protein would be a very good little meal or a little snack. But there we have it, all ready to go. I'm going to top it with the ground beef when it finishes, but simple, refreshing, reminds me of summer. Does it remind you of summer? So that's it, that's supper tonight. I'm just going to keep making them as people eat them. And then if there is any leftover ground beef, because I've actually got a little bit more ground beef here than the recipe calls for, then I'll just put the rest of the ground beef into tomorrow's lunch, into some Nourish bowls or something like that. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I look forward to sharing more meals with you. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think and let me know how you would customize this and make it your own. Good night.